This story is about me and my two pals. We've been best friends since the 5th grade. Yeah! But now we're all grown up. Nothing could ever come between us. Then she came along.
Give the lady a scotch, and I'll have another beer.
Oh, he'll have a gin and tonic.
Make that a gin and tonic.
Judy, awesome to meet you. Judith. And the beer bong for the lady?
Darren tells me you're a psychologist. I'm in a related field.
Really? What's that?
Pest and rodent removal.
I don't want you to see Wayne or JD ever again, Darren.
I'm not dropping Wayne and JD.
Okay, fine. No more sex. No fun.
From the director of Big Daddy
We miss you. We never see you anymore.
comes a story about tough love.
Judith proposed to me.
Darren's my puppet and I'm his puppet master.
Before Judith, our fun level was at an all-time high, 93. But look now. 2.
Good friends
Who's Darren talking to?
Those are his new friends.
We're not giving up on Darren! Coming at yeah!
and bad ideas.
We're gonna kidnap Judith and set Darren up with Sandy.
Yeah! What?
Darren?
Sandy?
The bat is leaving the cave.
I'm hit. I need backup.
I just can't figure out why Judith left. Maybe she got kidnapped.
You think?
No, definitely not. That's impossible.
Jason Biggs,
Oh, there's the duck. That was always Judith's favorite.
Sorry.
Steve Zahn,
If you say anything about Judith, we'll give you a little shock. Ow! Okay.
Jack Black,
Have you ever had a girlfriend?
Yes.
Amanda Peet,
We're on a mission of love!
I love you, Judith.
Sadie Silverman,
Judith escaped!
Welcome to the latest episode of the B Movie Club. I'm your host Kevin. This week we'll be discussing the 2001 comedy classic Saving Silverman, starring Jack Black, Steve Zahn, Jason Biggs, Arlie Ermey, and of course the immortal Neil Diamond, the greatest songwriter of this or any generation. For those of you joining us, each week on the B Movie Club we discuss forgotten classics and guilty pleasures from the past. I'll post it on our page on Facebook, and you can send in your favorite scenes, favorite quotes, questions, comments, or any movie suggestions you have. You can reach me through my Twitter account at KD9575, or just type in B Movie Club. Hello. You can also subscribe on our Facebook page, Original B Movie Club, and click the like button. Also, don't forget to go to our YouTube page, also KD9575, and subscribe. All this is free. It doesn't cost any money. So please, sign up and tell a friend. Also, those people who don't want to sit behind their computers and watch a video each week, you know, use your smartphone, use your iPad, use your iPod, whatever. And you can listen to it like it's a podcast or a radio episode. So there you go. I'm trying to give you options, people. You know what I'm saying? To pick up all my pearls of wisdom, please. 2001, Saving Silverman. In this movie, you've got the three main characters, played by Jason Biggs, who you might remember from the American Pie movies, Steve Zahn, who was in Reality Bites, and more recently he was in Out of Sight, and of course Jack Black, which was in Nacho Libre, you know, School of Rock. The list goes on and on. They're high school buddies, all kind of like losers, essentially. Unlucky in love, if you will. They form a Neil Diamond tribute band called Diamonds in the Rough. So there you go. If you like Neil Diamond music, this is the movie for you. Years later, still doing the tribute band thing, still basically losery. I don't know if that's a word, losery, loser-esque, loserific. Basically, Darren, played by Jason Biggs, is remembering how his unrequited high school love moved away before he got a chance to admit his feelings. He's kind of a romantic kind of guy, kind of a pushover. And his buddies, feeling bad for him, kind of push him to go talk to the attractive girl who just entered the bar. Judith, played by Amanda Peet, who you might remember from Jack and Jill, that TV show, The Whole Nine Yards. It's an all-star thing here. He goes and approaches her. They start dating, and what we realize is she's kind of an evil, controlling person. She's not a very nice person, okay? So, needless to say, she doesn't want her boyfriend hanging out with these losers anymore. In fact, she doesn't like Neil Diamond. Perish forbid. So now, they're starting to get serious, and now the buddies are like, whoa, she's not a nice person. She's keeping us from our buddy. We need to break them up. But they can't convince Darren to dump her. They can't convince Judith that Darren's not right for her. So they come up with a plan to kidnap her. Good thinking. Kidnap her, and of course, now he's like, Darren is, I'll never love again until Judith is returned to me, So they decide to fake her death. So now he's forced to basically move on. Now, while this is going on, his unrequited sweetheart, love from high school, has come back to town, Sally. So now they're trying to push him to start dating Sally. Problem is, Sally's going to become a nun. I don't want to spoil everything, okay? There's all sorts of wacky mishaps that occur. There's, she's a nun, but she's kind of dating Darren, and Judith is kidnapped, and there's, of course, numerous cameos by Neil Diamond, so you got that going for you. There's also Arlie Ermey, who you might remember from Full Metal Jacket. He plays their high school football coach, who is kind of a mentor to them, inspires them. I don't know. It's all very complicated.
Okay. Hey, well, how about this? We tell him we got dates tonight. He can't be here because we're getting late.
Nah, he'll never believe that.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we'll tell him we got ghosts.
Oh, boys, what's for supper?
Listen, Coach.
We have ghosts.
What? We were thinking that maybe you staying here's not such a great idea.
Yeah.
Nonsense. It'll give us a chance to get to know one another again. By the way, did you boys take care of that bitch that was going to marry Silverman?
Yeah. We snuffed that bitch, just like you said.
Good. How'd you do it?
We
Ate her? You ate her?
Yeah, we ate her.
Alive. My hat goes off to you. You boys are smart. That's the perfect crime. Wonder what's on the tube. No! Coach! What the hell we got here? Some kind of public access show or something?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, that's a kidnap victim, ain't it? You didn't kill her, did you?
No, Coach.
I am really disappointed in you boys. Now I want you to go out there and off that coos.
We can't, Coach.
Oh, for Pete's sake, look, she's getting out. Go chop her head off or something. There's no fight left in you boys. You're nutless. You've been pussified. Don't worry about a thing, boys. I'll take care of that broad. No! Hey!
This movie is kind of a screwball, goofball comedy. It's basically a farce. I found it hysterical. It was not something that I rushed out to the theater and see. I stumbled upon it on home video or DVD or cable or something, and I just thought it was funny. If I actually paid $12 and sat in the movie, I may feel differently, but it's definitely humorous on the, watch it on Netflix level, if you catch my drift. The budget was $20 million, and I think it just barely made that over the length of its run. In fact, when it opened behind such magnificent movies such as The Wedding Planner. Do you remember that one with Jennifer Lopez? Okay. That gives you any idea what we're working with here. Anyway, other things I can tell you about it. The director, Dennis Dugan, you might remember him. He's directed a bunch of Adam Sandler movies. He's also an actor. He appeared in Happy Gilmore. He actually was in The Howling, if you remember that movie, many moons ago. He played an important role in that. He still acts, but does a lot of directing of, like I said, Adam Sandler type things. Like he directed Jack and Jill, also more recently. Another thing that they talked about when they were interviewing the cast is basically this movie kind of follows suit with a lot of other movies that were coming out from the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s throughout the early 2000s. There were a lot of movies that came out where it was like buddies trying to rescue a guy from marrying the wrong woman and hilarity ensues, that kind of thing. Evidently there are quite a few movies that came out during that time where it was that kind of theme. So there you go. It's also, Jason Biggs talks about how it's the age-old story of basically the pushover guy and the domineering girlfriend, and how that's kind of funny. I don't know. So there you have that. In other countries, Saving Silverman was actually called Evil Woman. Very clever. What can I tell you? It is streaming instantly on Netflix, so by all means check it out. It's a little crude at times, as you might imagine. It's got Jack Black in it, for goodness sake. But it's still hilarious goofiness, so I highly recommend it. It actually has 18% rotten on Rotten Tomatoes. I mean, what can I tell you? It's not Gandhi, okay? We know that. But it's still fun. I highly recommend you checking it out. Next week, I'm going back to the action comedy genre with Out of Sight. Like I just said, Steve Zahn from Saving Silverman is also in this movie. But it's better known for having George Clooney, Jennifer Lopez, Ving Rhames, Don Cheadle. The list goes on and on. Albert Brooks. I highly recommend it. It is streaming instantly on Netflix, finally. I just watched it recently, a few weeks ago, and I was just counting the minutes before I could talk about this movie. So rush out and check it out. Send me your reaction to it, any favorite quotes, any favorite scenes, anything else you want to tell me about this movie. I'd love to hear it. Again, you can reach me on Twitter, KD9575. Subscribe on YouTube, also KD9575. And go ahead and like my page on Facebook, Original B Movie Club. Not to be confused with all those imitators that have been flooding the market. As you know, I end every episode with a totally out of context quote. And here it is. Okay, here are your choices. We got porno and monster truck videos. Oh, there's one that's both.